Hey, my truth seekers, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Let me see if I can get way back in the corner. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right there. So, guys, if you come on, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content because trust me, it is not easy at all. I said I was coming on around about 1 o'clock and I went ahead and changed it. So usually, I might go ahead and change the schedule. But it's a lot going on, guys. A lot going on. And before I get into my commentary, I want to go ahead and talk about I saw on the shed room it says that P. Diddy his home was raided, by the FBI. So I want to go ahead and check that out before I get into Dr. Umar Johnson and Candy Owens. And let's go ahead and talk about this right quick because I want to make sure that I close some of the tabs. So, guys, let me check my mic to see if you guys can hear me because you know how it is in here. So it look like everything is okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just checking my mic. Okay, I just was checking my mic to see how everything is okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and stay way in the back. Okay, yes. It's raining down here and I'm just chilling, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that is going on today. I just received this notification right here where it says that Sean Diddy, that's Sean Combs, that's P. Diddy, his house was raided. They say three homes, one in LA, I think New York, and also Miami. It both was raided. But the thing about it is what I don't get is also saw on the shed room where it says that Cassie lawyers release a statement amid Homeland Security raiding Diddy's homes. So I want to know, why did Cassie's attorneys, why did they release a statement? Because look like that should be, some kind of conflict of interest, a forfeit of settlement because he already had paid her out. So if Sean Combs already had paid Cassie out, then it's like she's supposed to just go away. You don't supposed to talk, long as, that person, you guys had came to agreement to settle it out. So that part right there, it doesn't make sense at all. So let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up and let you guys see what's going on because I saw this on the shed room. Also, I think TMZ is the one that have went ahead and reported it. Most likely they went ahead and did that. I hope I don't have problems because every time when I go in on Instagram, for some reason I start glitching. So let me go and see if I can pull this up right quick. Yeah, they said Sean. Hold on, guys. I don't even want to. Let me go ahead and see if I can show this right quick. Let me see. Okay. I got it. Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, right here it says that Sean Combs, his home was raided. Now I don't think that he was there because I never even read this article. This is going to be the first time that I read this article right here. This coming from the shed room. I don't think that they arrested him, but let me see. You see right here. Let me see if I can
Department of Homeland Security. I could see they're getting their pictures taken as well. So maybe they don't know who they're looking for or who they have in front of them at this point. But again, part of the process of gathering information as to who in particular was on the grounds at the time that they made.
So let me go ahead and pause it right here, and I want to go ahead and read this copyright disclaimer because we got to make sure we get that right before I continue. Right here is the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, and that's exactly what we're doing right here. So those haters that think that they can come on and try to hit your channel, look, this is news reporting, scholarship, and research. And also, again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. So let's go ahead and continue.
entry during this raid. So if we do have a vantage point from the ground there, I'm not sure if we have a ground people that were inside that mansion at the time that DHS or Department of Homeland Security made entry into this mansion and onto this property. And you saw the juxtaposition of these heavily armed vehicles and those very expensive luxury cars that are parked right on that driveway right there. So clearly a very different site.
So let me go ahead and pause it right here. You saw when they said that news reporter, when they said, that, in front of his mansion and his luxury cars, to me, I hate when they do that because that's like a sign of jealousy. They did the same thing when they went inside of, I remember seeing a movie of Malcolm X. They did the same thing. And, they're saying, oh, this black man, he's living better than us. But, like I said, this right here, this is a year of what I call exposure, and especially when it comes to our people, those entertainers, like I said, these people, they'll give you so much, but you're not going to die with your legacy intact. Everybody else will, but I promise you, you won't. But right here,
that were inside that.
Let me go ahead and I'm messing it up
Finish
right
this
now.
response. God
So
is good.
hold on. I didn't want to get into that one right there. Let me see if I can go ahead and get back to where I was. I don't know how it went ahead and jumped to something else. Hold on one second. But yeah, getting back to all this right here, you know, this right here is a lot, especially when
People
it
that
comes
were
to our
inside that
people.
mansion.
So right here, in case you guys don't know exactly what's going on, this right here is some video footage shows that Christian, I guess that's Christian and Justin Combs, that's P. Diddy, Sean Cohen, that's his sons, are handcuffed amid raid of Diddy's Los Angeles home. So I wonder why they went ahead and handcuffed them, like us, it's just a lot. But just look who it is, look who it is and see things like this, this right here is a lot, but also it says footage of the raid of hashtag Diddy Los Angeles home shows 3 men in handcuff outside of the estate. Two of those men seems to be Diddy's sons, Christian Combe and Justin Combe, according to I guess Fox LA. The Department of Homeland Security conducted a raid of Diddy Los Angeles and Miami home on Monday afternoon. According to the report, the raid was result of sex trafficking. Gosh, allegations. It is unclear where Diddy was doing the raid. So my God, this right here, this is a lot. But I wonder why they waited so late, because when Cassidy had came out with all this was months. Now all of a sudden, they coming out with it now. To me, that would give Sean Combe, time to go ahead and clean it all up, whatever is going on. But the thing about it, especially when it came to Cassidy, you guys may not want to hear it, but she did say, she used to go and get the girls, and how I look at it, everybody should take accountability for some of the stuff that is going on. But this right here, just to see that his children are being handcuffed in the woods. Look how they got them in the woods. It's just look like it just so much, because good and well, they're gonna make sure that this is how they're going to be able to handle us like this. But I wonder if they would have went in and saw his girls, would they handcuff the girls the way that they doing the sons? Make it make sense, guys. Mm-mm-mm. Let me see what this says right here. It says a rep for the DH addressed the situation in a statement saying earlier today, Homeland Security investigation, New York executive law enforcement's action as part of an ongoing investigation, which assistant from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partner. We will provide information as it becomes available. So this right here, this is the FBI, and like I tell you guys all the time when it comes to the FBI does not work like the state. The state, they going to try to throw everything to see what's going to stick. But when it comes to the FBI, most likely they await like 14 or 15 years. They're going to make sure that they have something that is going to go ahead and stick. Okay. And someone says, this is not good. God covered these children. Absolutely, cover the children because, you know, I just don't like how I see it. Just look how they got them in the bushes. Why, they just, I want to know, how did they bring them there? Why did they bring them there instead of in front of the home and got these kids handcuffed? Wow. But like I said, this right here, this is how it is. You will have people coming in and partying with you and entertaining all that, but the minute when things does not go their way, what they do, and like they said, when it comes to P. Diddy, he had burned a lot of bridges, so I guess this right here, oh my God, this is a lot. Now he definitely owes the Illuminati payment because this is weird. And you know how it is. That's why I say you got to be careful how you sign your name on that dotted line. You have to be careful on that dotted line because much is given, much is required. By the time the feds come in, they already have confirmation of what they need. Absolutely. But I'm pretty sure that, he probably went ahead and got rid of a lot of stuff. And I'm just saying a legend. I'm just talking, guys. The psychic lady said it was going to go down easy. Begins years of the exposure. That's it. That's it. The year of exposure. And the thing about it, it always going to be our people because we're not going to die in our legacy. We're not going to. These people, when you sign up to this stuff like this, they're going to make sure in your contract, they're going to put some stuff in there, that's going to hold you the rest of your life. The rest of your life. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone said they found Meek Chain up. Oh my God, I'm not even going to read that part right there. But guys, yes, I just want to go ahead and share this bit with you guys. And you can go ahead and check it out on the chat room. What you see right here, this is a raid in the Los Angeles home of Sean Combs. And as you can see, his two boys are, being handcuffed by the feds. So let me go ahead and close out of that, guys. But this right here, guys, this right here is what I call the year of exposure. So you can go ahead and watch it, the footage. You can go on the chat room and watch all the stuff that is going on. But this is a lot, guys. Whew, my God, my God. So let's go ahead and talk about we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Dr. Umar Johnson and Candy Owens. I think it was on the Shed Room, if I'm not mistaken, because the Shed Room puts a lot of stuff out there where they was asking for a debate. Someone, I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's a rapper, entertainer, whatever. He wants to see Dr. Umar Johnson and Candy Owens wants to see a debate where he's ready to go ahead and pay for it. But when I saw that, it was kind of disturbing. At first, I was saying, oh my God, that's going to be a good debate, to see Candy's Owens and Dr. Umar Johnson, going at it. But after, I started looking at it, I was saying one thing about us, we love to be entertained. We love to be entertained. And that's why things like you see today, especially when it comes to Sean Combs and all the rest of the entertainers that, go down, because we love to entertain. And why would anyone wants to see Candy Owens and Dr. Umar Johnson, who, he has, a cause when it comes to his people, trying to wake his people up. Why should it be an entertainment? Why should we entertain that? And as I was praying and I was seeking God with it, the first thing came to mind is in the book of Genesis, how when and like I said, I look at these books, I look at them as, prophecies. I believe that we are the ones that's telling our story. What you see right now, especially when you read those Bibles, is a shadow of what's to come. But when Moses went to the mountaintop, and when he came down, he saw that the people, they were building calves and dancing and worshiping. And that's how people are. Our people love to be stroked. Our people love to be entertained. And the thing about it is that they know, and when I say they know, I'm talking about the crafty counselors. They know what we like because they are embedded in our mind. They know what makes us move. They know what makes us think. And long as we buck dance and long as we acting a plumb fool, then they know that they can continue working overtime on us. And that's why our people are quick to be entertained by saying, let's see a debate. And you know what debates always ends up? It always ends up in quarrel or confusion. It distract you from the message. And like I said, it's time for us to put aside of all these silly games because we already know, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to go ahead and keep us distracted. So also I saw this right here. Now I don't even know this girl, but she's a rapper. I didn't even go and investigate her. I didn't even check out who she was. All I had to see is that she's a rapper and they call her Gorilla. And not only that, she was invited to the White House. And to us, we worrying about all the stuff that is going on with Candy Owens saying that she's not invited to the barbecue. I mean, my God, make it make sense. Make it make sense. And we're going to talk about that as well because, like I said, Candy Owens, yes, she did a lot of stuff, but we all did a lot of stuff. Okay. We all did a lot of stuff. Now, you going to say, okay, I'm going to hold up for all the stuff that she did, but yet we give others a pass. And when I saw this right here, I saw this rapper that goes by the name of Gorilla, and she was invited to the White House, taking a selfie with President Biden. To me, that was like a slap in the face because, see, they don't take us serious. They don't take us serious. That's why they can go and they can raid all these entertainers that gets to a certain level. We already know that P. Diddy, he was a billionaire, and most likely, when you don't sit there and pay the piper, things like this is going to happen. They're gonna find something on you. They're gonna party with you. Yes, they're gonna party with you. But when things does not go their way, then they're gonna use it against you. But getting back to this rapper calls herself Gorilla, this right here is nothing new. Last time when they was campaigning, what did they use? They used Cardi B. They use Cardi B. They're not going to use a person like a Dr. Umar Johnson or even a Candy Owens. They're not going to use people like that. People that is very knowledgeable when it comes to politics. They're going to use entertainers. And then the thing about it, they're going to use entertainers that has no knowledge at all about politics. But they have a huge followers. They have a huge followers, and that's what they see. They don't take us serious. Let's go in and watch this clip right fast. This what I saw on TMZ she was talking to
An
one of
artist you are,
reporters
how
on
many
CNN.
accolades and
Hold
nominations and
on, let
every
me go ahead and
they know how talented of an artist you are, how many accolades and nominations and everything you've got going on, at least with what you have planned for the summer coming ahead with a concert and a tour. The idea of them inviting you there in particular, did they talk to you about what they wanted politically? Did they want your endorsement? Did they want you to help people get out the vote?
Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just living my life like
look, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just living my life like it's golden. See, that's the type of people that they going to get. And we sitting there trying to hand our people over to this system right here. And this system right here is crapping in your face. This is crapping in your face. Come on, guys, wake up. I mean, that's why it took so long for me to come on. I was supposed to come on at 1 o'clock, and then I went ahead and changed it to 5 o'clock because I'm just like Moses. I'm just like Moses. I say, God, these are your people. These are some stiff-necked people. Even Moses had a talk with the Most High God and saying, what do you want me to do? Hold these knuckleheads, and it's not the words verbatim, under my bosom and keep nursing these knucklehead people? Look at this. Let's listen to this again.
Your endorsement. They want you to help people get out the vote.
hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. But, I'm not going to, what I'm saying, talk politics, but I love the president. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. And at the end of the day got to end.
You see? And that's coming from TMZ. But that's the type of people. I went ahead and carry them down because I see that I was glitching. I knew it was going to glitch once I start opening up Instagram. But see, that's the type of people that they going to use because they don't take us serious. We don't even take each other serious. We don't even take each other serious. So if we don't take each other serious, what makes you think that they going to take us serious? What makes you think they're going to take us serious? And let's go ahead and talk about Roland Martin. Let's talk about Roland Martin. I'm not going to give him a pass when he was wobbling for Hillary Clinton. And he came on, I think it was, I don't know, I think it was on the Shed Room, but Chelsea, she used to be employed by Tasha K. That was Tasha K's assistant. But she had made a comment. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up. She had made a comment, and Roland Martin, he had went ahead and he responded to the comment. Chelsea has said, we need to rally behind my girl talking about Candy Owens. And then she capitalized, this is not right. So underneath her comment, this was Roland Martin. He has said, we don't have to do a goddamn thing. And I really don't curse, but he capitalized goddamn thing for her. So he already done canceled her, and everybody else done canceled her. Like I said, I don't really follow all this. I try to stay in my lane, but when it comes to stuff like this, I want to go ahead and I want to talk about it. But Roland Martin went and he responded to Chelsea and said, we don't have to do a goddamn thing, okay? But you going to forgive Hillary Clinton? Now they saying that the reason why they don't like Candy Owens because the way that she talk against blacks, which some of the stuff was true, but some of the stuff that she's saying, like I say, was true. We have to know what to chew and what to go ahead and spit out. Now, she did say a lot of things. Some of them say they got mad with her. I wrote a few things down because I wanted to know what was going on. They were saying, how she used her platform to tear down black people. Well, we also tear down each other. We help these people do their jobs. We, the judge, the jury, and the executor. We will hand our own people over on a silver platter. And then they start talking about, what happened with Juneteenth and how she came against Juneteenth and saying that we didn't need that holiday. I absolutely agree with her. No, we didn't need that holiday. We need our reparation. That's what we need. We don't need another holiday. We don't need another plaque. We don't need another apology. We need our reparation. What's the purpose of having a holiday where we come in together and sitting there and you saw how they was acting and all this other stuff? It's still not going to pay your bills. It's still not going to line your pockets. It's still not going to give you something that you know that's rightfully due to you. Come on, guys. I mean, some of this time, sometimes I just feel like, Lord, am I talking to myself? Sometimes I just feel like, I just don't even want to even entertain this mess no more. Because see, our people is not serious. Long as we out there, we buck dancing and coonering and acting a plumb fool, it's all right. But the sad thing about it is that we can forgive others, but we won't forgive each other. We will hold a grudge against each other until kingdom come. But what about all the stuff? And it's already out there. It's not something that I have to say allegedly. What about all the stuff that had happened in Haiti? How Haiti was talking about all the money, all the stuff that was supposed to take place with Hillary and Bill Clinton. I can pull it up. I can pull some of the stuff up. And we already know that Haiti is in a very, a dying state. And Haiti should be one of the richest countries because all the oil, the beans, and so many minerals. Haiti was so rich. But it looks like a third world country. And Haiti is the one that was keeping American alive, keeping us surviving. Because all the minerals, all the resources, most of that stuff was coming from Haiti as well. Do your research, guys. This is not something that I'm making up. This is not something that I'm making up. And also all the stuff we can talk about when it comes to Joe Biden. 3 strikes you out, and how separating families and incarcerating them, that plays a big toll, a major toll on the Black family when you take the head out. And all we get is apology. Why they don't get people that's very serious, people that knows about politics, and bring them in and talk about Black issues? Why they don't give a Claude Anderson, people that knows about politics? Dr. Boyce, Dr. Umar Johnson, Candy Owens. Why we don't get people that knows about politics? Why they get these clowns? Why they get these rappers, guys, rappers? At least they can go and get the legends. But they get these young rappers because they don't take us serious. And we don't take each other serious. Until we say enough is enough, guys. But this right here, this is a lot. This right here is a lot. And now you guys wants to see Candy and Dr. Umar Johnson debate. You guys not ready to come out of this, because if you guys was ready to come out what I call the state of Lodabar, you wouldn't want to be entertained that way. If you get these two together, you want to see a solution. You want to see how our people can wake up out of our sunken place. Because like I say, Candy is not no dummy. Candy is very smart, very intelligent. Look how she went toe to toe with this rabbi. I looked at her body language. Candice, she didn't flinch. She wasn't nervous. And I'm waiting to see if she's going to come out and apologize. Yes, I'm waiting to see if Candace, let me see if I can find that clip. This rabbi right here, I'm waiting to see if Candace going to come out and apologize to this rabbi. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think she said what she said and she meant what she meant. And she really was at him, had him all this bobble, had him, just coming up with some crazy stuff. She didn't back down. Candace did not back down off of him. Where he was going to some stories because that's what they love to do. They love to go to stories because most of all the stuff that they talk about it is dealing with stuff that, dealing with movies and Hollywood, and I can go on and on and on. But the way that Candace went after him, I don't even think that some of us going to be able to celebrate Halloween. Because if he wants to call Candace anti-Semitic because of she called someone a witch, you mean you going to fire her? You going to cancel her? You going to take her source of income just because she called another person a witch? And like Candace was saying, what about all the stuff, that they call her, call our people? Ain't nobody going to say, oh, we going to cancel them just because they was called a witch or unholy. How many people that we have called unholy? Did we go on the campaign to cancel that person? That's just to show you these people, the power that they have. The power that they have. But someone gonna stand up and say enough is enough. And when it went after celebrities and certain people, jobs and took their sources away. Look at Nick Cannon. A few days, Nick Cannon, he was apologizing. He was, somewhere with them, teaching them, all the other stuff that, they teach you or whatever, they do. But I don't think Candace is going to do it. I don't think Candace is going to back down. I'm watching it. I'm watching it because I watched that debate. That debate was like maybe I don't know if it was a debate or an interview or whatever they came together. It was like 2 hours, but I went ahead and I watched every bit of it. I watched every bit of it because how you going to take a person from their position, from their job, just because they called another person a witch, and we celebrating that because and we happy to see that. Why would you be happy to see that? Just because you don't like Candace, why would you be happy to see it? Because if it's not Candace, they did it openly, just putting words in her mouth and making up things. Just think about the person that you do like, they do the same thing. And the thing about it, they're going to do it openly, where the entire world to see. Most people, when they sit there, they start telling lies. They don't want nobody to see it. They don't want nobody to hear it. But some people, they feel like they got the power that if they say it, they can tell you a lie in front of your face. Is what it is. But you see, the thing about it, we're not going to question nothing like that. We're not going to question nothing like that because we are so busy being entertained. And that's why they can continue to work overtime on us and going to continue until someone say the buck stop here. And I don't know if you guys saw this back and forth interview, this debate. Candy, this girl, she stayed, as they say, 10 toes down. She didn't give up. She didn't give up. She made it her point, and whatever her argument was, she stayed to it. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can low this music down some. Yeah. So getting back to all this right here, we got to be careful, guys. We have to be careful what we call good evil and what we call evil good, because there are crafty counselors. And anytime when people can blatantly come on a very large platform, and we already know that Candace, she have over 1 million follow, people that subscribe to her YouTube channel, and Lord knows what other sites that she have. But you're going to come and you're going to say what you said, and then the thing about it is that it's I mean, a lot of stuff just don't make no sense. And all I can say is that they know that this generation, this is what I call a Joshua generation. And these Joshua generation, they're not going to just lay down, they're going to stand up, and they're going to pick up their boots, and they're going to run with it. They're not just going to just settle for any and everything. And like I said, this right here, this is it. So we can talk about people, we can say all matters of things about it, but what are we doing? What are the solutions? What solutions are you doing? Because as I can see right now, most of the people that I see that is getting arrested and being you know canceled, it's our people. Our people. Most of the people that I see is our people. And that's what I'm saying. This picture is not right. But the thing about it, long as we sit in there, we stay asleep and we comfortable of, how things are going, then we don't care about the next person. But sooner or later, like I say, today is them, tomorrow it can be you. So we cannot continue staying asleep and just watching, things just go on and not do anything about it, because you're going to be accountable for it. Like I say, this is right here is what I call the year of 2024. This is the year of we are sitting on the judgment seat. We are sitting on the judgment seat, and we watching all this stuff that is going on. And we have to give a report. And it's a shame how we sat there, try to tear down each other. Just look at the video that I made yesterday, how we calling our own people monsters. Monsters in the hood. I don't know if you guys have watched the video. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. I saw where they went ahead. I guess someone went ahead and reported it because I was having commercials on it. Then all of a sudden end up not having no commercials. But I'm gonna go ahead and appeal that, because like I say, it was nothing that I did wrong. Also want to talk about this right here. But let me go ahead and say this right here. Yes. I talked about yesterday because I was pretty much traumatized. Yes, I was pretty much traumatized when I saw a thumbnail, saying that, we are monsters in the hood. Monsters in the hood. We are raising monsters in the hood. I said there and say, why would we sit there and say something like that, giving these people something to run with? Oh, there's monsters in the hood. And it got to be true because it's coming from their own people. We do some stuff and don't realize what we are doing, not knowing how all this stuff had happened. See, nobody wants to go and dig up because, like I said, we can be some lazy people. And they know we can be some lazy people. We don't like to do research. If they said it, their word is settled, then okay, let's go ahead and move on. And that's why we can continue going through these type of cycles. But let's go ahead and talk about this right here, because also I want to talk about this right here. I'm gonna stay on an hour, and after that I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I didn't know I was gonna stay on it this long, guys. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, but like I said, time goes by very, very fast. Let's go ahead and talk about this right here. I saw this right here, and that also, it really had got on my nerves as well, because we don't just entertain, we also we talk too much. And this video right here, you can go ahead and check it out. Is the Israel's sent informants to conduct threats assessments on the Israelites. And I'm gonna just hold on. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull it up, but you can go ahead and check it out again. Let me go ahead and read it again. Go ahead and check out this video right here. Now, like I said, I don't follow the Hebrew Israelites. I don't really follow them, so I know that he's the top man. He's one of the elders, and that video right here is Israel sends the Israelites, I guess Israel's sent informants to conduct threats assessment on the Israelites, and his channel is IUIC Denver in the classroom. So that's what it says right here. But when I saw this right here, I also, man, I got sick. Because I feel like, I just feel like how we read the stories in Moses, and like I say, those stories is coming alive today, because they sat there and they ran. And when I say they, I'm talking about the crafty counselors, how they ran with our story, but we are the ones that's telling it. It's not going to be in a book. And it's talking about, all these laws, all these curses and all this stuff. That's what the Hebrew Israelites talking about. They talking about the generational curses that we keep holding on to. Now, this right here is a generational curse, because he went ahead and he said that the Israel sent informants to conduct threats assessments on the Israelites. Now, if you know all that, then why do you let them in? Why do you let them in? If you know that they are informants, why do you let them in? And the thing about it is that when this Israel informant, and I'm gonna say legend, that's what he said, went in, he asked, how many, people that you have, and asking about their organization and how it's set up. And I mean, he was just going on and he was talking. And I was saying to myself, I say, why is he giving all that information to who you call an informant? And that's just to show you that when it comes to our people, we just too arrogant. It's like we keep going around and round in circles. If you know that it was an informant, why would you let that person in? I don't even think that you would let one of your men that close to you, but yet you let the enemy that close to you. I hope you guys understand exactly what I'm talking about, that all this stuff don't go over your heads. We love to entertain. We love to be a showboat, and that's what got us in the predicament that we are in today. Because everything that we do, we want to sit there and scream it from the highest mountaintop. Some things should be kept in secret. Some things should not be out in the open. Social media is a beast. And if we sit there saying that we know exactly how the story is going to end, then why we keep catering to it? Why we keep going around in circles? Why we keep going in with this wilderness mentality? And then this informant asks you how many organizations that you have, and you start giving a number. You remember the story? I can pull up the story of when King David, God punished King David because King David started counting his army. And God punished him for that. Like I said, when it comes to all this stuff right here, guys, we are right now, story right now, but this right here, this is real. This is not a story anymore. This is not something that someone ran with a little shadow of what's to come. This right here, this is the real deal right here. Ain't no turning back on this right here. This is the real deal. And the thing about it's just like we was in school, you know how we was preparing for the test. Now you got the real test and you sat there, you fell in the real test. You know exactly how the story is going to end. So why would you allow the enemy to come in your camp, knowing that this enemy is not having nothing best for you? All he's coming in to do three things. That's to kill, steal, and destroy. Getting all your information, bringing it out so they can figure out how to sit there and tear the entire thing down. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. We talk too much. We showboats. And that's why they don't take us serious. That's exactly why they don't take us serious. Let's go ahead and read that chapter because I have about a few more minutes. So let's go ahead and read this chapter because see, some of us we got the show. Let's read this right here. We're gonna read this chapter right here, and I'm gonna close it out with this right here. Now, he this Hebrew Israelite had, and he even put down, on his thumbnail that this is an informant. So if you know that this is an informant, that it says he conduct a threat assessment, that he was coming to do assessment on the camp. Why did you let him in? So make sure you guys go and check it out, okay? But let's go ahead and read this right here. This is coming from 2 Samuel 24, when David counted his army. When David counted his army. So you giving these people a number. So the Lord was angry with Israel again, and he caused David to turn against the Israelites. He said, go count the people of Israel and Judah. So God was angry. So God said this, I already know what's on your mind. I know you're going to go ahead and do it. So go ahead and do it. Okay. God was already angry with him. And you don't want God to take his glory away from you. So if you already know that the enemy is knocking on your door, who's going to let the enemy in? That's crazy. Who going to let a thief in? And one thing about it, a thief is not going to knock on your door. The thief going to sit there. He's going to come in through some other kind of window. But when you let them in, what he's going to do? He's going to tear you up 7 times as worse as he did before. Like I said, a lot of stuff it's like we cause it ourselves. But right here it says in 2, it says, so King David said to Joab, the commander of the army, go through all the tribes of Israel from Dan to Beersheba and count the people. Then I would know how many there are. So that's David counting the army. Now we remember in the story that David sat there and he wrestled with bears and he took Goliath down, and Goliath was a 9-foot giant, which a lot of that stuff is a lot of allegories, a lot of stories, okay? But like I said, all this stuff right here is playing out right now. We live in it. We telling our own story. So if David sat there and he was knocking down bears and Goliath's giants, why now that he saw the power of God, now he started being afraid where he needs to count his army. Now, when he was a child, he wasn't worrying about all that. Now that he done got so comfortable, he done got into the position that he's in, he's letting the enemy in and having the enemy to have him to do an assessment on his people. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, guys. But the king commanded Joab and the commanders of the armies, so they left the king to count the Israelites. After crossing the Jordan River, they camped near Arrow of the south side of the city in Raven. They went through Gad and on to Jazar. Then they went to Galilee and the land of the Tempton, the Hopshil, and on to Dan, Joan, and around to Sidon. They went to the strong wall city of Tyre and to all the city of the Hittites and the Canaanites. Finally, they went to southern Judah, to Beersheba. After 9 months and 20 days, they had gone through all the land. Then they came back to Jerusalem. Joab gave the lists of the people to the king. There were 800,000 men in Israel who could use the sword and 500,000 men in Judah. David felt ashamed. So now he felt ashamed. No, you did it. You let the enemy in, gave him an assessment. Now it's over with. Now you wants to feel ashamed. You should feel ashamed. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. So David felt ashamed. After he had counted the people, he said to the Lord, I have sinned greatly. And so now you wants to repent. Now you wants to sit there and go before God. But yet you sat there and you felt like, oh, I'm the head hunter in charge. I'm putting all my men in jeopardy, letting these worms, these palmer worms, and these locusts and these caterpillars in to come in, suck us up dry. Why would you want to give the enemy your plans? Make it make sense. And then David wants to be ashamed afterwards. So now you wants to be ashamed after, where you put on your thumbnail, I know that it was an informant. So if you know it was an informant, why did you let him in? And you wondering why these people, they don't take us serious. Lord, these are your people. David felt ashamed after he had counted these people. He said to the Lord, I have sinned greatly by what I have done. Lord, I beg you to forgive me, your servant, because I have been very foolish. And like I said, nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. The Most High God already had warned you not to count your army, not to fear, because it was nothing to do with you. It's not about you. It's not about Dottie, Squatty, or anybody. This is kingdom business. So why would you jeopardize kingdom business so you can sit there and feel like you the king on the throne? Why? Why? Why would you open your door to these same people that said there everything that they touch? Look at how the world is in a chaos today. Look at the world and see the chaos today, how these people operates. Wow. And that's why I keep telling you guys, this is not going to be a one-man show. This is not going to be a one-man show. It's when we come together on one accord. Because if we had a one-man show, we will forfeit our blessings. We would hand our own people over as we've been doing on a silver platter. This right here, it comes when we together. We are the force to be reckoned with. It's not a one-man show. Because then they start exalting themselves. 11 says, and when David got up in the morning, the Lord spoke his word to Gad, who was a prophet and David's seers. The Lord told Gad, go and tell David, this is what the Lord says. I offered you 3 choices. Choose one of them and I will do it to you. So God said there and say, look, I'm going to give David 3. I'm going to give him an option. He's going to be punished. But I'm going to give him 3 options. He's going to have to pick which one that he wants. You see? But David didn't have to go through this. These Hebrew Israelites, who they say that they are Bible thumpers, they are God's chosen people, they don't have to go through this. That's just to show you that some of these people, They have a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. Because we already know how the story ends. We already know the outcome because you saw the shadow. What you holding this book in your hands for 24/7 and still sitting there doing the total opposite. Doing the total opposite. And we wondering why the Most High God regret making man. So Gad went to David and said to him, should 3 years of hunger come to you and your land? So now, because of David being a hardhead, he causing judgment to come in his camp, in his home, everyone that is connected to him, because of the bad decision that he have made. So Gad went to David and said to him, should 3 years of hunger come to you and your land, or should your enemy chase you from, or should your enemies chase you for 3 months? So that's two right there. Should you have 3 years of hunger, or should your enemies chase you for 3 months? Aren't we tired of being at the bottom? We should be so tired of sitting here allowing these people to work overtime on us because of the foolish decisions that we have made. That's why the Bible says, yes, it does says that. Like I said, you have to know what to chew and what to spit out. Because some of this stuff right here, we are living it out right now. Many are called, but few are chosen. But we have to know exactly how to rightfully divide the word of God, because we got these Bible thumpers that eat, sleep these scriptures, but they don't practice what they preach. They don't practice what they preach. That's why, it does not impress me just because you read in the Bible and say the God says this, God said that, but you do the total opposite. Or should there be 3 days of disease in your land? And you wondering why people are dying out. You wondering why people are going through so much hell because of who they connected with. So the Most High God gave David 3 options: a famine in the land, your enemies chasing you for 3 months, or should there be 3 days in disease in your land? Wow. Notice God deals in 3. He that have an ear, let him hear. God deals in 3. So right there, it says, think about it. Think about it. See, God saying, think about it. See, when we make decisions, we don't think about it. We just go off our instinct. We just make some fast, stupid, foolish decisions. But right there, the Most High God say, think about it. Which punishment do you want? Then decide which of these things I should tell the Lord who sent me. So God sends his messengers, because when you look at that video, how this leader in this camp, and I can't think what his name is. You guys know, because like I said, I just don't follow all these people. I say what God have me to say, and then I bounce, I leave. But he also had his men, his elders, or his armor bearers. I don't know what they call them. They was just watching. They couldn't say nothing, but they was just watching. I could just imagine what was in their mind, because the way that they were looking. You got this joker in here asking all these type of questions, putting our lives in danger. Putting our lives in danger. So right there, God sent his messenger to tell David, I'm giving you 3 options. Should there be hunger in the land? Should your enemies chase you for 3 months? Or should there be 3 days of diseases in the lands? Think about it. So David said to Gad, I am in great trouble. Yeah, you know you was in great trouble. Because when you was young, when you was not big as you was before, now you sitting on the throne, sitting, you comfortable. But when you was little scrawny David, when nobody knew nothing about you, you was making wise decisions. But now that you sitting on the throne, you starting exalting yourself, start smelling yourself. So now you saying I'm in great trouble when you could have avoided all that. Let the Lord punish us. So now, Lord, punish us. You made this stupid decision. So now you saying, let the Lord punish us. That's why I sit there and say, guys, we are living in what I call the latter days, the last days. Lord, do not hold me for these knucklehead people. If they don't want to go, let them stay where they are because they got the word just like everybody else. So now because he made that stupid decision, he said, let us. So now we got to suffer just because of that stupid decision our leaders made. Make it make sense. Let the Lord punish us because the Lord is very merciful. Don't let my punishment come from human beings. So right there, David was saying, guys, I hope you guys can hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Right there, David was saying, I would rather for God to punish me than man. Wow, that's deep, right? Because the reason why he said that, because we see today, like I say, when we talk about the Bible, we're not talking about pre-ancient stories. That's why I tell everybody, don't close this book, even though they ran ahead of it, even though they revised it and they tamper with it. But when we get it, it comes alive because we already know it's not a written book. It's the spoken word and it's in our heart. We live in it. Who can tell it better than the ones that's already been through it? Because we already know our people is not going to let off of us. If anything, they're going to hand us over to Babylon, hand us over to the system. So that's why David was sitting there saying, Lord, I'd rather for you to sit there and judge me than let these jokers. Because if it was for man to sit there, they wouldn't even let the sun shine on me. They would forget to even let the sun shine. You know how that song is a song. If man made me, they wouldn't even let the sun shine on me. It's a song. No, they wouldn't let the sun shine. They will forget all about you and say, crucify him, crucify him. So David sat there and said, don't let my punishment come from human beings. Don't let it come from man. I want you to judge me, God. So the Lord sent a terrible disease on Israel. And we wondering right now why people are falling out like flies. We wondering right now why the church are sick today. Because the head is sick. Because the head is sick. And that's why people are dropping out like flies. And I know you guys not used to this type of stuff, but like I said, God say, tell it to them anyhow. Because there are some stiff-necked people. But we are right now in the last days. And it's time for the man. It's time for the man. It's time for you to rise and get into your rightful place. But how are you going to get into your rightful place? Long as you sitting there exalting yourself. That's why this is not a one-man show. If you want to see the day of Pentecost, then you're going to have to drop down everything. And I'm talking about your religion. Yes, your religion, man-made. If you want to see the move of God, you got to drop it all down. We got to come together in unity. Forget about your differences for a second. Put it on the side for a second and come together. Because when they come together, believe me, they coming together as one. But we got to stay separated because this person is this religion, that religion. I can't sit there and be a part of you because you this and I'm that. But yet we still look the same and they treat us the same way. But if we can sit there just for just a little while, put our differences aside, and we come together as one, I promise you, we will put Satan to his knees, and that's real talk. So the Lord sent a terrible disease on Israel. It began on the morning and continued until the chosen time to stop. From Dan to Beersheba, 70,000 people died. 70,000 people died. 70,000 people died because of these knuckleheads. You see how you can cause judgment upon God's people? See how you can cause judgment upon God's people. When you sitting there, you giving your enemies the blueprint, telling your enemies how to sit there and set their army together. And you causing people to die because of your foolish decision. Some of us right now need to just shut down social media altogether. You never see a queen bee. That's why also there's a scripture. We need to learn from the ants. We need to learn from the ants. You don't never see the queen coming out and showing herself. So why we got these knuckleheads right here that's saying that they are in leader position and wants to show themselves because they wants to exalt themselves. Most likely they probably never was nothing, and now that they have been chosen. But like I said, pride becomes before the fall. You're going to fall. You're not going to get away with it because you have caused it so many people to die. Right here it says in 16, when the angel raised his arm towards Jerusalem, he destroyed it. Let me read it again. And when the angel raised his arm towards Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord felt very sorry about the terrible things that had happened. Yes, God felt it very sorry. He felt it very sorry because he don't want to bring judgment upon his people, because he said, when I made man, it was good. But we dip and dabble in the things of this world. Leave these people alone. Stop coming off of the holy mountains and sitting there connecting with unequal yoke people. Those are the monsters. Those are the ones that in the book of Ezra, they wanted to omit that scripture out because they didn't want you to know who they are. But God's chosen people are coming from off of the holy of holiness and sitting there mingling with these unequal yoke people and causing so many people to unalive themselves. Where even the Most High God said he felt terrible about what he was doing. He said to the angels who was destroying the people, that is enough. He said to the angels that was destroying the people, that is enough. But I'm saying today, right now, God, please don't hold us because of these knucklehead people. Please don't hold us. Don't bring judgment because of these knucklehead people. This is real, guys. Put down your arm. The angel of the Lord was then by the threshing floor, and it's Araunah, Arauan, the Jebusites. And when David saw the angel that killed the people, he said to the Lord, I am the one who sinned and did wrong. Oh, now you're saying it, huh, David? See, that's how we are. That's exactly how we are. All the stuff that is going on today, God already warned us. God already told us what's going to happen. But we the people, we the type of people, we got to see it. We got to see it. So finally, David saw all the people, all his army. He saw the judgment of God, where he said, God, I am the one. All the while it was us. But after the fact, after he saw all the stuff that happened, he said, Lord, I am the one who sinned and did wrong. These people only followed me like sheep. They did nothing wrong. Please punish me and my family. Like I say, God, this is real. This is no joke. We sitting here, we buck dancing and we entertaining and wants to see debates and wants to tear down each other. But we don't know the consequences and the repercussions behind all this. This is not no game, guys. Sometimes, yes, I want to come in and entertain you guys. But church, as usual, is over. It's out. Because we already know that these crafty counselors, they don't play fair. They don't play fair. Because today is them, tomorrow it can be you. It can be you. So David admitted, it's not them, it's me. They did nothing wrong. Please punish me and my family. And his family didn't do any wrong. But his family, like I say, is attached to him. And that's why we have to be careful who we listen to. We have to be careful who we sit there and be connected with. Because like I said, when the boat ship, we going down as well with them. But like I said, God, don't hold us because of these knucklehead people. Because you guys, you know, you can't say, oh, I didn't know. You know. You just thought that you could get away with it. And when David saw the angels that killed the people, where I'm at, then the Gad came to David and said, go and build also. When David saw, let me see where I'm at. So when David saw 17, and when David saw the angels that killed the people, he said to the Lord, I am the one who sinned and did wrong. These people only followed me like sheep. They did nothing wrong. Please punish me and my family. 18, that day, Gad came to David and said, go and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Ammon the Jebusites. So David did what Gad told him to do, just as the Lord commanded. And Abner looked and saw the king and his servants coming to him. So he went out and he bowed face down on the ground, behold, before the king. He said, why has my master, the king, come to me? David answered, to from you, so I can build an altar to the Lord. Then a terrible disease will stop. So, guys, let me read that just a little more and I can finish that. I was going to stop. Then David answered Tobiah the threshing floor. And Amnon said to David, my master and king, you may take anything you want for a sacrifice. Here are some oxen for the whole burnt office and the threshing board and the yoke for the wood. My king, I gave everything to you. Arana, I can't even pronounce that name, also said to the king, may the Lord your God be pleased with you. But the king answered Arana, no, I will pay you for the land. I won't offer to the Lord my God burnt offers that cost me nothing. So the one that David, who I cannot pronounce this name, Arana, he wanted to give David the supplies. But David said, no, I'm going to pay for it, because David knew that when he made that burnt offer, that it wasn't just given to him, just because he was a king. He wanted to go ahead and pay for it. Some people, they want to make sacrifices, but they want it at someone else's expense. They don't want to pay to get it, okay? But much is given, much is required. So David brought the threshing floor and the oxes for 1 1/4 pounds of silver. He built an altar to the Lord there and offered a whole burnt offer and fellowship offer. Then the Lord answered his prayer for the country, and the disease Israel had stopped. So I wanted to go ahead and read this scripture to you guys because, like I said, we got to be careful. Much is given, much is required. I see my girls in the house. Country girl Queenie. She said, "Good evening, Lady D in chat. Thank you for coming in, country girl." Yeah, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. I've been an hour and 16. Hour and 16 minutes. How was your day, country girl? I know you at work because she be grinding. She be grinding. But guys, yes, I wanted to go ahead and share this with you because like I said there and say, we are the type of people we love to be entertained. We love to sit there and give other people a pass, but when it comes to our people, it's like we just we nail them to the cross. We not as forgiving as we are to other people. But all I'm just sitting there saying, guys, we are living right now in what I call the latter days, and we need each other because if we divided, then we're going to fall. And that's why they love to keep us divided. They love to keep us fighting with each other because they know long as we fighting with each other that they can continue, working overtime on us. And that's exactly what they are doing. So all I can say right now, guys, is that in order for us to do what I call kingdom building, then we got to come together. We got to lay all that other stuff. I don't care if you Catholic, you Baptist, you this denomination, nine denomination, whatever you are. We just got to lay that to the side and we got to come together because that is what the Most High God is calling the day of Pentecost, where we all going to come together on one accord, like-minded. That's what he's talking about. But long as we cause, with all this different division and fighting because of a tribal or whatever, lay that aside because we all fighting one enemy, guys. One enemy. And that enemy is out like a rolling line, seeking who he can devour. Seeking who he can devour. But if we come together, we can bring him to his knees. And that's real talk. So, guys, I'm done. I see my girl, country girl, Queenie said it was good. I was all today. Okay, I'm doing great, doing great. At first, country girl, like I say, it's just not easy, man. I mean, sometimes I just feel like, Lord, I just feel like, oh my God, this is just too much. But it's not about me, and sometimes I be wanting to come on the same time that I go ahead and post it, and then I just want to go ahead and change it. But this right here, this is a lot, guys. It may look easy, but this is not easy at all. So make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, or however you feel led in the spirit for more unapologetic content, because this work right here, guys, kingdom building, trust me, especially when it comes to our people. Oh gosh, it's not easy, but somebody got to do it. So I say, Lord, here am I, use me. And that's real talk. My girl, country girl, say that's it and that's all. Absolutely. So, guys, you be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. So make sure, like I said, hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. My girl say enjoy the rest of your evening. You too as well. Love you guys. Be blessed.